Good day, I'm the wine rep and welcome to another Brutal Truth video. Today I am visiting a restaurant run by Debbie, who is a blend of a dozen or so customers I have dealt with in the past. We'll both be telling it, like we see it, which should give you an idea of where we are coming from. Hi Debbie, how's business?
Business is great, we're doing more covers than ever, and average customer spend is going up. I appreciate your support over the last 3 years. You were one of the first suppliers to come on board when we opened.
And I appreciate your business too. It's great to see you doing so well. Does your success mean you can start paying your bills? Your account is on credit hold again.
Oh, I didn't realize, the books aren't my area.
Sure. I suppose you didn't get the reminder letter sent every week for the last 2 months, missed all the voice messages I've been leaving, or just weren't listening when I asked you to have a check ready when we spoke yesterday.
It's just so great being able to run a business using other people's money. Keeping my suppliers waiting for payment is better than a bank loan. There's no interest, and when you come begging for your money you are always polite, because you want to keep the relationship sweet.
Yes, I know how the game is played. That's why I only give you small discounts when the volume you go through entitles you to much more. Now to more pleasant conversation. Have you tried the samples I left last week?
No.
You've given them away, haven't you?
Sort of.
That's typical.
Well, the kitchen had such a big night on Saturday that they deserved a drink or two. Plus I had the family round for dinner and they love a good wine. Did you want to leave some more?
I think not. In a way I can see from the boxes of samples behind your bar that word has got out that you are changing your list. Do any of those have a chance of getting on your next wine list?
Not really, I only support a handful of suppliers, but getting samples from other reps is a great way to stock my wine rack at home. Don't worry, I'll keep some of your wines on the list, I always do.
Yes you do, but you give the highest volume lines to whoever gives you the most free stuff and the rest of us get the scraps.
That's true. I love free stuff. Speaking of which, do you have any magnums? I'd like to start a collection on the top shelf behind the bar.
Sure I do, but you'd have to support the winery by listing one of their wines.
No I don't, it'll be good brand exposure for them. Also I need some more waiters friends, all mine have disappeared.
All the wines you buy from me are under screw cap, so no.
Okay, do you have any more of those aprons? Ours are beginning to look a bit old.
Last time I gave you aprons you gave them to the kitchen staff. If I give you some more will you give them to front of house staff?
Of course I will, you know how I like to support you.
And I appreciate it. It's a privilege to supply you with 6 wines out of the 80 on your list. Now then, I've brought along the feature wine cards for next month's promo.
Oh that's a bit tough. The guys from XYZ Wines are giving me some lovely big umbrellas and new menu covers, so I've promised them all the feature wines for the next 12 months.
Thanks, screwed again. We had a promotion booked 6 months ago. I guess I'll have to find a restaurant that has the same name as yours, so I can use the 100 personalized table tents I had printed up.
Whatever. Not my problem. I'd be happy to book you in for a promotion 13 months' time.
Forget it. Now, I've brought along the list of wines I'm suggesting for your new list, along with tasting notes and your super special price.
Thanks, I'll put that in my office and file it in the bin. You can bring in another copy when I get my ass into gear and start looking at putting the new list together.
Tell me Debbie, what happened last week? You confirmed that you and your husband were coming along to the winemaker's dinner we organized, but you never showed up. That was a $120 per head dinner you know.
Oh that's right, I must have forgotten. We get invited to so many dinners, they all blend into one another. But definitely put us down for the next one. Speaking of winemaker dinners, I'd like to organize one with you.
Great, ABC Wines are always keen to showcase their range. Obviously they'd expect some ongoing support, like a couple of their wines on your new list.
I'll say yes to that now, to get them on board, and then forget to put them on. So let them know that we expect half the wine for free and 2 samples of each wine, so we can food match. On top of that, I'll need you to conduct a full staff tasting. Plus you'll have to print up the menus and advertising pamphlets, organize the right stock volumes, keep on my back to remind me to get things done, then take back any wine that doesn't get used on the night and credit me the balance.
Of course. Basically I'll do all the work, and you'll treat it like a glorified function booking. It won't make me many sales, because your customers are cheap. It's nice to have such a good working relationship, isn't it, Debbie?
I really appreciate your support, wine rep. It's nice to be able to screw every last drop of respect from you, and still have you leave my restaurant with a forced smile.
That's what us reps are all about. We do it because hopefully the sales make it worthwhile, and our winery principals like to see their wines on your hallowed wine list because they think it boosts their brand. Win for you, win for them, work for us.
I'm glad you understand your role in my business. Those reps who don't get it soon find their wines aren't on my list.
Well, allow me to put on my forced smile. I'm leaving. Okay, so this meeting was a bit extreme, but it does show the sort of hurdles that reps need to overcome in the on-premise trade. Any wineries watching this, please take note, these demands are fairly regular. With competition high, customers can be very demanding in the knowledge that one of their suppliers will eventually give in to secure the business. Also remember that the most popular venues are also the ones that can be the hardest to sell to, demand the most and offer the least in return. Thanks for watching.